Hi everyone, welcome to this fourth Sunday of Easter reflection. My dear brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, peace and love to you on this fourth Sunday of Easter, also known as Good Shepherd Sunday. Dear friends, today we hear Jesus say, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep and mine know me. What a comforting promise. These words bring us peace. They also bring a challenge to follow wherever He leads. And today, as we celebrate the World Day of Prayer for Vocations, we are invited to reflect on the voice of the shepherd and how he calls each of us. Dear friends, this year that call feels especially alive. We have witnessed something beautiful, the election of a new Pope, Pope Leo XIV, a new shepherd chosen to guide the global church in a time of great hope and uncertainty. But the call to serve does not stop in Rome. The truth is, God is calling each of us in every season of life. Whether young or old, married or single, in religious life or lay life, we are all called to do something for God. In the Gospel, Jesus tells us, the Good Shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. My sheep hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me. Dear friends, these are not just poetic words, they are real. They tell us of a shepherd who knows us by name, who protects us, walks with us, and calls us, not just to follow, but to serve. As a priest, this gospel speaks deeply to me, but I want to share with you something personal. My journey to the priesthood did not begin with clarity. It began in the womb. I was born in a small fishing village in southern India called Arockia. I am the youngest of 8 children. My mother, overwhelmed by poverty and fear, tried several times to abort me. But by God's grace, every attempt failed. Even before I had a name, God had claimed me. Only later I understood what the prophet Jeremiah meant when he said, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." Dear friends, at age 9, I nearly died from stomach cancer. Doctors gave up hope, but the Good Shepherd stepped in again. He healed me, not only just physically, but spiritually too. I now see that moment as His whisper, I am not done with you yet. Actually, I did not always want to be a priest. I first dreamt of becoming a teacher, but the call to the priesthood grew louder. So after finishing school, I joined the Heralds of Good News, a missionary society in India. And then on, God's mission has since taken me from India to Africa and now to Louisiana, where I joyfully serve the communities of Lions Point and Morrison Midland in the Diocese of Lafayette. But my story is just one of many. Vocation takes many forms. God's call is not something that just happens once. He calls us repeatedly at every stage of life to follow Him and to serve in different ways. Pope Leo XIV, before becoming Pope, served as a humble missionary priest in the villages of Peru, walking with the poor and sharing Christ's love. His quiet, faithful service led him to become a bishop, then a cardinal, and now a pope. His journey reminds us that to serve God, there is no age limit and no path too simple or too far. Whether as a mother or a missionary, a layperson or priest, God calls each of us to serve with courage, love, and faith. Think about when you were young. That call might be about learning to listen to God's voice, just like the boy Samuel, who heard God calling him in the night. Different children can hear and respond to God too, in their own simple and sincere ways. That's the foundation. Learning to trust and follow even when we don't fully understand. In the adult years, through work, raising families, and involvement in our communities, the call often becomes a call to lead, to guide, to be example. It's where we really live out a mission of the Good Shepherd, taking care of others, showing compassion, making sacrifices, and doing what's right even when it's hard. And in our later years, God still calls us, even when our strength may fade. Our wisdom and experience become a gift, like Simeon and Anna in the Bible, who were older but faithful and prayerful. God uses older adults to inspire, to teach, and to encourage the next generation. No one ever retires from being a disciple. So, on this Good Shepherd Sunday, the question for all of us is simple. What is God calling me to do right now in this stage of my life? Whether you are young or old, just starting out or slowing down, God is calling you to something real, something meaningful. So let's listen to that voice and let us follow our Good Shepherd with open hearts, ready to serve wherever we are and however we can.